All right, so we have our session, our running session for the month of February. On the first week, we talked about Facebook. So shared with you the exact copy and paste posts that are actually generating clients, not just interest, actual clients from your Facebook. So you have the copy and paste there. And then on February of the 10th, I guess last week, we looked at Instagram and I shared with you examples and pages that are working right now, along with some posts to be making in order to see results. So that was last week's sessions. Today's session is YouTube. So today we're going to go a little bit different. These are the only notes that I have. The reason being is because I'm actually rather just talk about it and what to post and all that fun stuff. I'm just going to go and show you which videos performed not well from a viewer perspective because the ones that I've pulled are not really a ton of it doesn't have a billion views. There's other videos that have far more views than what you're going to see today, but these actually produced clients. These actually produce results, not just one, not two, not three. The criteria is that they need to have produced over three clients each in order to include in this session today. So, with that being said, that's what we're going to look at today. The only thing that I want to really break open here, and then we're not going to see this slide again, is the videos that you need to identify who you're going to speak to on YouTube, whether it's going to be buyers or sellers. Those are the only two individuals that you need to think about. Once you identify, do I want to focus on buyers? Then start going a little bit more molecular. Do I want to focus on first-time home buyers? Do I want to speak with investors? Do I want to speak to whoever you're trying to speak to on the seller side? Same thing. Are we looking for those people that are looking to cash out? Are we looking for on the investor side as well? What type of seller are we looking for? And then make content around that. So focus on the videos. And when it comes to the videos that you're making, you need to identify who you're going to speak to. Is it buyers or sellers? Then the whole goal of YouTube is for people that see your content, for them to reach out. Either organically, meaning I probably should have used a better word here. But when I say organically, I don't mean organically versus paid. I'm talking about just naturally. That's a better word because I don't want to say organically and confuse that will go and reach out to you, will call you, will email you, will reach out to you naturally. There's individuals that even if you didn't have a call to action, they would find a way to find you and get in contact with you to buy or sell. And then those are people that there's people that get incentivized. This is what we as agents should be focused on quite heavily. So we need to instruct our viewers on what the next step is. Don't assume that they're going to naturally find their way over to us, that they're going to go over to Instagram or going to, so they can DM us, that they're going to find our phone number, they're going to find our email. Don't leave it to chance and don't leave it by a proactive client actually reaching out. There's far more effective ways to actually get people to reach out to you, and that's incentivizing them, aka offering lead magnets. You hear this stated very different ways. You hear lead magnets, you hear landing pages, you hear funnels, all that fun stuff. So whenever you're making the content, as we were talking about here, to buyers or sellers, then they're going to naturally reach out to you or they need to be incentivized. It's the only thing I want to talk about YouTube when it comes to our notes here. I want to show you the videos that I would focus on if I were you. And again, these are documented. I can trace down to this specific video based off of the squeeze pages that we created on every single one of our videos. So because I don't want to spend any more time on the setup, I want to show you something on the back end. Let's see if I can quickly find it. Quickly. If I can find the squeeze pages to show you the database that we used. Here we go. So whenever we were making videos about specific cities, I guess this will be the only setup that I do. Whenever we were making videos about specific cities, we were making we're incentivizing, we're creating landing pages, we were creating squeeze pages about a list of homes in a specific city that we covered. And what we ended up doing was each one of the cities that we covered in this particular, there was 82 cities that we covered in this particular series. We would create a landing page that mirrored that city. So here we had our everything about series. We made a specific page linking up to that. Our pros and cons video, we made a specific squeeze page linking up to that. So anybody that landed on this page, hopefully it doesn't block us right now because we've been clicking on it. But anybody that landed on these pages would automatically go over to Bolcho's having a moment, would automatically go over into our CRM. So anybody that logged in. But anyway, so I wanted to preface that before we got into it. Now, the first video that I want to introduce you to is the Everything About series or the Explained series. So this is where you are explaining what it's like to live in a specific area. So here, if you're in Denver, then you're going to be everything you need to know about Denver. Denver, Colorado explained, what you need to know about Denver. It's that type of series. So basically, this is going to be your longer form video or a more of a anchor video that you are recording about the city. So typically these videos, this one along the why everybody is leaving Denver as an example, those two videos, either the fully explained video, which is what this one is, or the why everybody is leaving video will rank number one in your local market anytime somebody types in Denver real estate. So essentially, anytime somebody types in whatever city plus real estate, this one or the why everybody is leaving will rank number one. Questions so far. I'm going to go into various different examples so you see them in action, but I want to make sure that we're understanding the type of video that I'm referencing here.
Hey Jaime, those landing pages are gonna be only for the like home searches type of thing,
Only
or
home
what?
searches. Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
yeah.
Our major, call it major, our global lead magnet, our macro lead magnet that it doesn't matter what video we make is the buyer masterclass. So this is the one that we put in everything. This is the one that we put in all of our pages and you see it front and center. So you'll have two calls to action on this video. You're going to have the list of preferred homes and then you're going to have the buyer masterclass up here. Alrighty, so this is one type of video. Now, another video that this is really one of the more foundational videos, the pros and cons series, that continues to work incredibly well. No reason to not do it. Now, I understand that there might be a reservation. Well, this has already been recorded, it's already been done. I understand that. But with those videos that have already been recorded, like the pros and cons, you could realistically be the 30th person that's made this video. However, with YouTube, it favors the recency. It favors a creators that can create a quality video that will keep people on their channel much longer. So it's not all that challenging. It's not all that difficult to rank first or beat out any other pros and cons videos if you make a better video and use the structure that we've shared in the past on this particular mastermind. So pros and cons is one that I would absolutely encourage every single one of you to make about your specific area. Questions on the pros and cons? All right, so you're going to notice here once again, there's another landing page. Now, this landing page is once again for list of preferred homes. We created it through KV Core / Bold Trail. We're getting leads through that, but we're also getting leads through the individuals that are ready to go that are looking for a buyer master. I'm sorry, well, how to actually buy from that side of the how to actually buy. All right, so pros and cons series. This is another video that has produced a massive amount of leads for us and clients for us, not just with Midlothian. I just pulled this one up because this is the one that registered the more amount of clients. The best underpriced suburbs. Now, this one is a listicle video. This is what I'm trying to illustrate with this particular video, is sharing a little bit about the area that we work, which is a Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and giving like a little cheat sheet, giving a think of it as like the Michelin star guide, if you will, where we're identifying the best cities, the best opportunities for individuals that are just getting into the market, right? So if you were trying to learn AI as an example, you have no idea what AI is about. Well, if you saw a video by somebody that has a reputation, credibility that makes a video that explains these are the only five AI tools that you need to operate your business, then you would probably watch that video. This is the exact same thing with when you're making videos about real estate, specifically in your neck of the woods. So, best underpriced Dallas suburbs. So, essentially, this is us identifying or me sharing different cities throughout the DFW Metroplex that would be a good fit. This is a listicle video, which I think I have another listicle video in this breakdown, but I just wanted to share at least one right now. Questions on this? Has anybody done this? This works well if you work a smaller market. So if you live in the suburbs and are only working the suburbs, you can use a little bit of big city SEO juice to pull traffic from because people are going to be looking for Dallas suburbs. They're never going to be looking for Princeton. They're never going to be looking for Levant. They're never going to be looking for Forney. That's why we're titling the videos the way that we do. Now, once again, another listicle video, best cities to live in the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. Now, from a views perspective, they don't pull a ton of views. See here, this is only 2,100 views, but there's at least three clients that came from this particular video. So you don't need that many views. You just need to make the right types of videos. So from a views perspective, it did 2,100 views so far in the last 48 hours. Only 20 people are seeing it. But there's enough in here or enough calls to action here that when they're ready, they're going to be reaching out. So we don't need a lot of views. So let me show some views from this one had only 1,100 views. So even less. You don't need a billion views. What about this one? Oh, 3,800 views, which is nothing in the grand scheme of things. 9,100 views. So this one had a little bit more. All right, and this one really has lost all its juice. There's only one. Oh, it went from two to one. One viewer in the last 48 hours. So this one has no acceleration.
So Jaime, I know this is not the YouTube mastermind, but like for example, on this one that you got up, I mean, it had been already, 1,100 days, or 1,122. Do you mind maybe doing this video again and see if we could pick it up? I mean, you got really good views, though.
A
I mean, maybe
hundred
somebody
percent.
did it.
100%. Now, whenever we remake videos, especially ones that performed well, this is going to be one of the better performing videos across the channel altogether. But when you type in Waxahachie, gonna guess that this video at one point was relatively high. Now it's probably around 8, 9, 10. When you remake a video that has performed well historically, I don't want to say you take precedence, but you do get a good amount of favor. So here with this video, we would make it more of a Waxahachie, what I got wrong about Waxahachie, a 5-year review or something like that. So here we are once again playing on the name on the title Waxahachie and making it presenting it as if something, which ideally something has changed, but presenting it as something has changed about the city that you are now covering again. So it's not going to be the same video. You're approaching it through a different angle, leveraging the win that you already have. Any questions on this? Does that help, Manny? All right, so home buying 101. This one by far is the biggest runaway win. Like this one, it's less than 300 views per client. Doesn't even lead. Like this is if you don't have a home buying masterclass, if you don't have a home buying how to buy video, this has about 1,000 views, just over 1,000 views. It's going to be a slow burn for you. So how to buy a house in Texas, step-by-step guide. These, this one's absolutely crushing it for us right now. This one is bringing in people that are ready to go. So I'd encourage you to, if you don't have this video right now, to make it for one. But again, the reason that we're doing this particular video, or the reason that this video was created altogether was more for our workflow. So the clients that are working with our agents are better equipped to purchase and buy. So we're doing that more as a workflow video to explain the home buying process. Now, this is a long video. It's an hour and 2 minutes long. So it is a little bit longer, but it doesn't skip a single step. So whenever you're looking at the chart, it's not all that impressive. You would think that it's a dud. However, the amount of clients that actually come from this and convert the people that are in our orbit is staggering. So this is another video that I would encourage you to be making. So this is again the series of this particular session is the videos to be making, what to post on YouTube to actually get leads. These are all videos that have actually gotten leads and clients and all that fun stuff. This isn't theory. All right, any questions on the how to buy? All right, so this one's a little bit of a nuanced video, so it might take 2 seconds to unpack, but what people don't tell you about Little Elm. So this is along the same lines of a reason not to move. So, or don't move to Little Elm until you watch this. It's that type of video. It could also be seen as a pros and cons video. In fact, that's how we originally angled it in the original file back in the day. But through this split testing and really analyzing the content that we made in the video altogether, it really made sense to position the video a little bit different. So the what people don't tell you about Little Elm, that was just one of the after all the split testing that we did, that's the one that ended up winning out. So you could do again, here's what people don't tell you. That's a series in and of itself, or the reason not to move to Little Elm, why people are not move or don't move to Little Elm until you watch this. You can title it all different ways, but essentially presenting the video in a way that's it's kind of like the anti-hero. So you're not giving the reasons to, you're giving the reasons not to do it. Any questions on this video? So how many views does it have? It doesn't have that much. There's a bit more acceleration on this one, but yeah, for all intents and purposes, it's not all that much. Salary to buy. This was a live stream, if I'm not mistaken. This was something that yeah, this was a live stream. So this is one that we did a salary needed to buy series across a good portion of the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. And it was just me doing a live stream. It took about 41 minutes where I walked through how to actually calculate what the salary needed to buy in a specific city. So in this particular case, it was Carrollton. Now this one did how did it do? So it got it got a good amount of traction really quickly, and then it kind of petered off, which is interesting. So it got started in May, and then in June it just caught fire. But with this particular video, once again, it's not all that big of an audience. We're looking at 1,500 views. You don't need a million views to be successful from your YouTube channel. So this one, the salary needed to buy this was a series that we did, and it was in a live stream. You don't have to do it in a live stream format, but for us, it was important that we got the content out sooner rather than later. So instead of making a video, editing it, and then putting it out, we just created a series. So we've talked about a series in the past and how we structured it. So if you're new here, I encourage you to go and check out in our library the series conversation that we had. So building strategic video series January 8th, I showed you how to actually do that. So when you go to the recording, you're going to see it. And then You're going to see how we actually went about that. And I give you the exact template to use if you're going to be going and doing that as well. So it's sharing you everything that we've tried and tested and the things that are actually working. Any questions on the salary needed to buy? Alrighty, so let's talk about, oh, was that it? Okay, I guess that was it. Alrighty, I thought I had another one lined up. Any questions, comments, concerns, anything about, let me see if there's anything else here that might be interesting. Anything about what we've been talking about? Is there any interesting? I mean, you see all of them, Bedford, pros and cons, pros and cons, pros and cons. That one, if you're looking for your next video, pros and cons would be it. I mean, it just absolutely destroys. The everything about. So a specific city explained that that series was the one that we originally launched across all the cities, and then we just started building the catalog from there. So you'll see Euless explained, DeSoto explained, Blank explained. All of this is just it just takes time, of course, but once you build it, you see that every 2 days we were publishing, and it was just absolutely just it took off and it continues to take off. So I really don't put a ton of effort in this particular channel. And it still consistently brings us clients weekly. Alrighty. So that was you just wanted to get right into the meat of it. That was really all we had for today. Wanted to show you what's actually working today rather than go into a bunch of theory and sharing like what we should be doing. Just wanted to share exactly what we have done and what's actually worked. Questions, comments, concerns, feedback, anything that we missed here. Happy to show anything that you'd like to see.
So, Hemi, this is Tatlika. So, I just was thinking that if I have made like 4 videos like this in the last year, so and coming this year again, I should repeat those videos for my city. How does that fetch people? Do they come back to the same videos?
They could, but there's enough topics that you don't have to continue talking about the same thing over and over again. What's your city? Where do you practice?
Mississauga, it is in Ontario, Canada.
Yeah. Mississauga up there next to Hamilton, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So with that, you could do the everything about Mississauga. You could do the pros and cons of Mississauga, why people are leaving Mississauga. Don't move to Mississauga until you watch this video. You could talk about the neighborhoods to avoid in Mississauga, homes not to build, homes not to buy in Mississauga, um, why Mississauga real estate is different, and I can just go on for days. So there's not a necessary need for you to come up with essentially make that same video over and over and over again. Typically, we'll remake a video on the channels that we are focused on every 3 years or so. So you don't need to do it yearly. Every 3 years ago gives your city, especially Mississauga, the way that it's growing, gives your city enough time to grow and something new to talk about, right? So they're going back to the Waxahachie example here. If since this one has very little acceleration now, essentially one view in the last 48 hours, because it performed so well, going back to Manny's point, remaking it is not a bad idea because at some point it was very well received. So another video that's probably going to be in another channel. Let me see what this one's like. Let me see this real quick. Is it on this one? Okay, so I did a exemption. So homestead exemption is something that happens here in Texas, and sure in other states as well. But you see that it only got 3,500 views. Now, I am answering your question. Give me 1 second as I pull this down because I can't show everybody on our all the channels that we're managing out of respect for them. But I'm going to show you another channel, very similar. This one's the invested homeowner. I very rarely share this one, but I want to show you these homestead exemption videos. So keep in mind, I made a homestead exemption video, and I would argue this is my best one, but YouTube didn't care. So here, with the other three home exemptions videos, are among the top performers of this particular channel. So here I made a homestead exemption video, 78,000 views. Another homestead exemption, this was actually the original one that was done in one take, that was 62,000 views. And then I did another one once again, and that was 11,000. And there's a bunch of homestead exemption videos that I did for each county. With that being said, if you remake a video after a few years, after 3 years is typically our benchmark, you're not going to be in a, it's not going to be, it's not going to be frowned upon.
Okay.
Alrighty, crew. Unless we have any questions, that is it. We, with our summits, we're condensing them, getting right into this action. It's at this point, it is about action. The last thing that you need is additional information and theory, just showing you what we're doing and what's worked and what hasn't. So, if you have any questions, let us know. But outside of that, next week we're going to get into converting the dead lead. So showing you how to, what to message to those leads that have gone a little bit cold, that have gone unresponsive, and resurrecting them to see if, whether it's a buyer or seller, giving you the exact scripts that we do to resurrect them to see if they can work with you at this time. Alrighty, with that said, thanks so much. I appreciate you
Hey,
being
Jaime,
here.
can I
Yep.
can I ask you one quick question? Sorry about that. Um, do you have a template for these videos for the specific information to collect and the order in which to lay it out? Or would it be better just to follow your videos and figure it out that way?
You could watch the videos, no problem at all. But do you have this hub?
I don't. I need to get with it.
Yeah. So here we have all of them already.
Okay.
So this is something that is in your hub, in the Agent First Group hub. You'll just need to go to the website, and I can send it to you later, after we wrap up. But the scripts are already here. So if I wanted to do a pros and cons, it's already there. So
Perfect.
if you're part of the creator agents, you'll have access to this. Or if you're part of the Agent First Group, which is our network of agents, you have access to this as well.
All right. Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. 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 Well, I appreciate y'all for hopping on. Hopefully, I get to see y'all next week where we talk about resurrecting dead leads. But outside of that, have a great Tuesday.